People, deluded. Everton 1, Arsenal 0. We might as well speak about the players' performances and give them player ratings. Going into the game, obviously it's a kick in the teeth in hindsight, people. 3 points dropped, pardon me. We had a game in hand. Everybody's played 32, including us now. Chelsea are in a good position looking at the weekend's results and whatever. Some people haven't played, but moving into their game on Monday against West Ham. So yeah, man, it's a kick in the teeth. We were poor today. There's no way around it. We were quite toothless. We were just second best to everything. In my opinion, the biggest factor was actually on top, away from how kind of at 6s and 7s we were. It's just, we looked nervous, man. We looked like, obviously it sounds almost stupid to say, but it looked like we put too much importance on this game. Like, it looked like we were thinking whether we were drawing at the initial stages. Obviously, when the game kicked off against Everton, we were thinking about what defeat could have meant for us when we obviously conceded that goal, or drawing. We looking like we was thinking too much what it meant for the table, and that's a good thing. But at the end of the day, it's a game of football. Is a game of 90 minutes, 22 men on the pitch. Whoever scores the most goals wins. So it almost sounds stupid, but that's kind of what we need to think about. Obviously, people, this is the most crucial point of the season. You need to look at what your rivals are doing. You need to understand what the implications of win, losing or drawing can be for your side. But again, it sounds stupid, but you also can't think too much about it. And it did look like we was there. It did look like we, again, the same issues in regards to away games when the fans are up for it and the players are feeding off it. We have problems playing out from the backs and stuff like that. We just weren't quite there. I'm going to give Leno a 6. Now, I feel Leno was quite nervous today. Like everybody, the best player on the pitch for me was probably Socrates. At a push, Ramsey and Iwobi off the bench. I'll give Leno a 6 because I feel he weren't at blame today. Definitely not for the goal or anything. But he was a bit nervous in some of his kicking and just generally how everybody is. That being said, he made some big saves. Obviously, it's a mix of good saves and poor finishing, in my opinion, from Everton. I feel they really should have won about 3-4-0. You saw in the second half, people, how kind of schoolboyish it got, just end to end, and mad it got. And Leno, obviously they should have done better with a couple of their chances. Gomez, Bernard for Maitland-Niles, his header in the whenever that was. There was a couple of things, but Leno was up for it, so I'm going to give him a 6. I love Maitland-Niles, you lot know I do, people. I feel the application was there, but I have to give him a 4, man. I feel the application was there. He got forward well. He put some nice crosses in. But I just feel Bernard had him on toast. Bernard and Dejanay down that left-hand side had him on toast. I feel at times the concentration from him wasn't quite there in tracking his runners, in closing balls down. I also feel Bernard was just getting past him at ease. Pardon me. Obviously, in regards to the concentration, whatever minute it was, he kind of mistimed the header, and Bernard should have taken advantage of it. It just weren't the best of games for Maitland-Niles, and I feel the wide positions throughout the whole game was a big reason as to why we won or lost. I'm not blaming any individual because we were poor collectively. I always tell you, look, we never win together, we never lose together, and we never draw together. But Maitland-Niles, for me, he gets a 4. Kohler, I give him a 3. Again, I love Kohler, but I feel he was terrible today. I don't feel... When the opportunity presented itself, his crossing and his final ball wasn't there. I feel it was just way too easy to get past him. I feel at times it's like he's just stopping and watching it. Like, he really, you don't know I love Kohler, but defensively at times, just switch on a bit, close the cross down. I feel that was kind of missing from his game, and I did feel he would come off and be the one to come off at half-time with El Nene. I'm a big fan of Kohler. He's been one of our players of the season, and he's been a big boy in a lot of the games, but today, he was poor today, so I give him a 3. I'll give Monreal a 4. I feel he was better than Kohler, but I feel he was stressed out, man. Second half, Richarlison, I don't feel he was helped at that much, but I feel he was just getting burned. It didn't matter if it was 1-2s, dribbling. I just feel Monreal was rattled today, and Monreal had a tough game at the office, so I'll give him a 4. I feel, obviously, everybody was poor, but I feel at least, I need to watch the game again, but I feel Mustafi was not cool because we were all rubbish, but I don't feel Mustafi, you know, when we win, lose or draw, the usual lot will be getting scapegoated. I don't feel Mustafi was excellent, certainly not. Nobody was, but I don't think it weren't like typical sort of stuff. So I'm gonna give Mustafi a 5. You know, yeah, man, he gets a 5, man. I feel he kind of mopped up a couple things today. Obviously, there were some nervy moments, as was everybody. So I give him a 5. I give Socrates a 6, man, because again, him and Mustafi really and truly, should they really get that? Because Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison, when he did come inside, winning every ball in the air. But I feel Socrates, some important blocks. He had to take the yellow he took for us, and we're really gonna. It's stressful now because we're not gonna have him against Watford and Palace. Really puts our backs against the wall now. Is it Palace? Forgive me, people. It's Watford and Wolves, or Palace. I'm sorry. It's either, yeah, it's Watford and Wolves, people. I'm so sure we've played Palace. Yeah, forgive me, but we're not gonna have him. But I feel the blocks today, just certain tackles. I don't feel anyone was amazing, but I feel he's one that can really say, all right, cool, I wasn't that bad today. And I don't think he will, should say, he will say that. And I don't think he should, because again, if we lose together, we lose together. But I feel Socrates could leave the pitch with any, out of everybody that started, with any sort of value or any sort of positive reflection. I'll give him a 6. I feel Onene was a 3. He showed, he played like someone that hasn't been playing of recent. He was quite lethargic, second best obviously for the goal, second best in 9 times out of 10 the challenges he encountered in midfield. So I'll give Onene a 3. Obviously it was a big chance for him today in an unfamiliar pivot, but to show Onene, listen, you got to play me a bit more, you should play me a bit more, have faith in me, and I don't think he done that today. I'll give Guendouzi a 4. I just feel he played a bit better in the second half, but he just never got going really. We really lost the midfield battle today, in my opinion. I feel Mkhitaryan and Ozil both respectively gets a 4. Final ball wasn't quite there. Ozil was picking up the ball in positions that the opposition it would be fine with because of how being blocked out the game. I feel the effort was there from both. It's just the final ball and just what we need from both of them. It just wasn't quite there, man. And both of them, a lot of people in this game, to be honest, the final pass, the final ball in the final third wasn't quite there. The added needed bonus to fashion a chance wasn't quite there. I feel the quality in a pass to our teammates wasn't quite there, especially when we're coming out with the ball from the back, especially when we're doing them nice little breaks in the midfield. It just wasn't quite there from anyone, so I give them both 4s. Lacazette gets a 4, he put in a shift, but I mean, if you're Jagielka, you've hardly played for Everton of recent. You've kept Aubameyang. Obviously, Aubameyang came off the bench, but Aubameyang and Lacazette haven't scored. And initially, literally for the first 5 minutes, it did look like, alright, cool, he can peel off him and kind of stress him, but he recovered and he scored. So Jagielka's got to be in there, really and truly. Not Jagielka, sorry. I've got to give Lacazette a 4 for what Jagielka did, but yeah, so Jagielka, why do I keep saying Jagielka? Lacazette gets a 4. Mkhitaryan and Ozil get 4s. Yeah, that's the whole team, to be fair. If we're talking subs, I know they weren't on the pitch long enough, but just in terms of just adding something that wasn't quite there for us, I feel Iwobi gets a 6, man. I feel, yeah, man, just taking someone on, trying to fashion a chance, and although ultimately it came to nothing and he didn't have long on the field, I feel he gets a 6. I feel Aubameyang off the bench, he gets a 5, he did alright. I feel Ramsey gets a 6 as well because he was the best midfielder on the pitch and he was hardly on the field long enough, to be fair. Again, he wasn't perfect, his final ball kind of let him down at times, but just in terms of trying to help press with a striker, running in behind, trying to make something happen, just being galvanised, it was missing that game, and Ramsey brought it when he came on the field, and he can be, I wouldn't say happy with his 45 because we didn't win, but you get where I'm going, people. I feel Ramsey and Iwobi were our best players and they were hardly on the field. I feel Aubameyang did alright, like I said, but all in all, it's a disappointing result. Obviously, you're going to look at games like this, you're going to look at West Ham, you're going to look at Palace away, you're going to look at what could have been if Aubameyang scored his penalty against Spurs. Not to say it was just him, but my point is points dropped this season. What could have happened? It was early on in the season, but you probably even look at Chelsea away because games like that, we're going to look at him if we don't get top 4 and think, where did it go wrong? And to be fair, people, and to be completely honest, kind of cheaply gave away the 3 points today. We kind of set up for Everton and we gave ourselves ultimately too much to do because we did have more possession than them, and by that logic we probably played more passes than them, but ultimately they've won the game, to be honest. Like I said, we just didn't test Pickford enough for me as well, man. He didn't. How many saves did Pickford have to make, really and truly? The one time when Ramsey came on the field and he won that header, and I think somehow Pickford came out and then Ramsey he had a snapshot and it went over. He looked a bit shaky. Do you see it, people? But we didn't test him. That's faults of our own. But all we can do is lick our wounds and go again. We've got an important midweek Europa League clash against Napoli. On that note, I've got nothing more to say, so I'm going to get out of here, people. DG, I'm out.